Everyone knows the meme blank if it was written by VivziePop, followed by a clip of an existing show edited to include an inordinate amount of swears and sex jokes. But I wondered how much truth there was to this meme. So I went through and counted each swear in the pilot and the so far 2 seasons of the animated adult series Hazbin Hotel to find out exactly how much cursing there really is. Before I show you the data, I have to tell you a bit about how I counted swears and what even counts as a swear. For example, is crap a swear? Is whore a swear? Yes, those words are vulgar, but they aren't what I would think of as swears. Like, I can imagine contexts where those don't feel like swears, but then again, bitch can also mean female dog. Damn and piss are considered mild swears, but are clearly far away from the F word. There's never going to be a perfect swear counting system, but I decided to do this. If a mild vulgar word was used in a swear context, it would be counted. If a mild vulgar word was used in a non-swear context, it would not be counted. The use of hell is the only exception, because that is the literal setting of the show. And even though people use it in phrases like what the hell in the show, which don't deal with the setting, I figured it would be simpler and more fair to just not count any uses of hell. A few more things. Swear word combinations count as just one. Multiple characters saying the same swear word in unison in one instant of time count as just one. I didn't count swears in other languages, and I didn't count written swears on screen, even though there's plenty of those. And I didn't count swears that were cut off. Only swears that were fully, audibly spoken were counted. Even though I was very careful to count every instance, it's possible that I missed some or counted an extra one by accident, so assume there is an error rate of plus or minus a few. There are 44 swears in the pilot, 398 in Season 1, and 309 in Season 2, which is a 22% drop in swears compared to Season 1. There are 707 swears total in both seasons, 751 including the pilot. That is more than The Wolf of Wall Street, considered one of the most expletive-filled films of all time, with 715 swears. However, at 2 hours and 59 minutes compared to Hazbin Hotel's combined total of 7 hours and 47 minutes, The Wolf of Wall Street has an average rate of 4 swears per minute, while Hazbin Hotel has an average rate of 1.6 swears per minute. If you take away the mild swears like damn, piss, and ass, there are still 37 swears in the pilot, 366 swears in Season 1, and 277 in Season 2, or 643 in both. 680 including the pilot, bringing the swears per minute down to 1.45. There are 397 uses of fuck and its variations, 151 uses of shit and its variations, 75 uses of bitch, 37 uses of ass, and 25 uses of dick and their variations. Every other type of swear doesn't really come close in quantity to those. The episode with the highest swear count is a tie between Episode 6 from Season 1 with 84 and Episode 8 from Season 2 with 84, although Episode 8 is nearly 13 minutes longer. The episode with the lowest swear count is Episode 2 from Season 2 with 14. There is an average of 44 swears per episode in Seasons 1 and 2. The swear counts are determined almost entirely by who is on screen. Angel Dust is the most foul-mouthed character, with 111 swears across the entire show so far, and the most swears in a single episode, that being 35 in Episode 4. Angel Dust is followed by Adam with 87, Vox with 82, Cherry Bomb with 77, Valentino with 72, Husk with 68, Charlie Morningstar with 49, followed by Vaggie, Velvet, Katie Killjoy, Loot, Serpentius, Lucifer Morningstar, Alistair, and then a bunch of minor characters with 5 or less. The 29 at the end are unnamed and or background characters. As you would expect, the main cast takes up the majority of the screen time and the majority of the swears, and there are only a handful of characters who swear 0 times across the entire series. A few of those are super minor characters that can't even speak. To put this into a different perspective, if we count the words per character, and keep in mind this data may not be as accurate because it comes from subtitle data and word counts were not done manually, Adam has the ratio for every 18 words, 1 is a swear. Cherry Bomb is close behind with 20-1, followed by Valentino, Husk, Angel Dust, Velvet, and Vox. The characters in between those are minor characters who don't say much, so their ratios are much lower as a consequence. These are the ratios of the slightly less profanity-prone characters. So is the meme accurate? Well, people do swear a lot in this show. But in its defense, I guess there are other pieces of media that swear at a more frequent rate. You would need more data counting swears across multiple shows to compare, but there are definitely specific characters in this show where every other word they say is a swear. Now that all the objective data is out of the way, it's time to get to what I think about all of this. If you don't want to hear my critique, now is the time to click off. Hazbin Hotel has decent songs, voice acting, and professional, even impressive animation. If the animation and songs were the entirety of the show, it would be a good show. But they're not. I could talk all day about the plot of this show and just how flawed it is, but for now, I just want to focus on the dialogue. I think the dialogue falls short, and the frequent cursing is part of the reason why. The quantity of swears in Hazbin Hotel isn't really the problem. It's how the writers use swears. Everyone in this show talks the same. Yes, there are differences in speech in superficial ways like accents, but there is no contrast in their word choices or the substance of what the characters are saying and how they are saying it. Vox, Valentino, Angel Dust, Husk, Vaggie, Charlie, and Lucifer Morningstar all sound like 21st century teenagers.
Fuck! I am so hard right now!
Fuck, that's the longest I've ever edged.
Dude is an absolute cunt fuck.
But
maybe you should try not being a feeble-minded smooth brain for once.
Won't be so entertaining to watch over an empty hotel, will it, shit ass? Holy shit!
Whatever gets you off, guy. Not to kink shame, but, you know, I am married.
I never got the impression that Angel Dust died in 1947, or that Vox died in the 1950s, or that Valentino and Husk died in the 1970s. The only exceptions to this are Serpentius, Alistair, Rosie, Mimsy, and especially Zestial. The writers seem to try to make these characters speak differently from the rest of the cast, but for some of them the contrast isn't as strong as it could be, and the liberal use of swearing contributes to that. Here's my hot take. Alistair shouldn't swear. I thought Alistair's character was a professional but wicked demon that's been a threat for 100 years. He's cunning, he's mysterious, he's classy. He shouldn't curse. Maybe the one quiet swear in the season finale when he was defeated was appropriate to emphasize his powerlessness in that moment. But saying,
Ah, fuck you.
And
I'm about to end your fucking life.
When there isn't much story reason to prompt this sudden change in language sounds forced. Alistair would be served better by more clever insults. Pilot Alistair didn't swear, and he didn't need to. Granted, Alistair curses far less than the others in the main cast relative to his word count, but him casually saying,
You fucking creep.
And
That's it. Fuck this.
like everyone else brings him down to everyone else's level. Why does Vox, a middle-aged 1950s TV host, swear like a teenager? Why does Lucifer, King of Hell, swear like a teenager?
See, you messed with my daughter, and now I am going to fuck you!
It's fuck you up, Dad.
He does not speak or act like someone who has thousands of years of knowledge and wisdom, even if it's evil wisdom. He's a vulgar goofball just like everyone else. Okay, a bunch of sinners swear a lot in hell. So what? Well, let's look at Heaven's swear count. Adam famously swears more than anyone else in the show relative to his word count. But okay, I guess he's supposed to be annoying. Adam's right-hand angel, Lute, also swears quite a bit. Even Sarah, a seraph, swears once in private. Emily swears once, but at least acts like it's a big deal. The first person Charlie greets in heaven says this.
Try Lucifer? Morning star?
Oh, fuck! Yeah!
Yep, that's the St. Peter, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, first pope, and rock of the church, and one of the first things he says to our main characters is, oh fuck? Is Jesus going to come down one day and say, what's up bitches? Why does Peter speak like he's from Gen Z?
Good vibes. At least I wasn't just demoted. Oh, get dunked on!
Good vibes? Get dunked on? Aren't you 2,000 years old? I can only conclude that this is not St. Peter, but instead Vivzy Pop's Skinwalker St. Peter. But unlike Charlie Morningstar and others, St. Peter was a historical figure and not a purely fictional character. Which leads me to ask, why is he even here? Just make a new character to be vulgar and cringe. You'd think people in heaven would never swear because they'd think they're above it. They might even speak in a pretentious way to emphasize their self-righteousness. But no. While they certainly swear less, I guess if they let one out, it's fine. It makes this moment,
the court will allow it.
Fuck yes! I mean, thank you.
look super hypocritical if not downright confusing when Adam is swearing up a storm right next to Charlie. Is the point to make Sarah look so uncaring of holding her own standards to the citizens of heaven that she doesn't even expect Adam to not swear excessively in heaven's court? That's not the impression I thought I was supposed to get. I thought her character was someone who is trying to do the best to protect heaven, but out of fear for safety, she tragically allows terrible things to happen. Not someone who just lets Adam do whatever he wants. I guess it fits her character in a twisted way, because for the rest of the show, she's a buffoon completely incapable of basic diplomacy.
No, wait, you are apologizing for genocide with gift baskets?
That's why I don't think the swearing in this show is as strategic as it could be. The writers need more restraint when it comes to who should swear and when they should swear. They can't let anyone talk like a serious person, even when the circumstances demand it. When you have this many swears in a pretty short show that is based around dialogue between characters, you have less real estate for more meaningful and descriptive words. Without solid reasons to put in swears, swears just become a blank space where an actual word, or hell, just more period-appropriate slang, could take its place. And let's face it, a sentence filled with back-to-back swears just gets grating after some time. The other factor that contributes to this lack of contrast is the delivery. I suppose this is a pretty subjective thing, but half the time when people swear in this show, I feel like they're putting a special emphasis on it that makes it sound unnatural.
I'm gonna fuck everyone in that rancid shithole, I swear to God.
This little bitch is a traitor.
What the actual fuck are you doing here?
But that bitch had it coming. Holy shit! Holy fuck!
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that?
Getting your ass beat by Adam fuck you harder than you thought?
Oh, fuck!
While rewatching The Wolf of Wall Street, I was surprised how natural most of the swearing felt to the point I didn't really notice it. I could believe this movie has lots of swears in it, but it's hard to believe it has over 700.
Fuckity fuck.
With Hazbin Hotel, I noticed basically every one, with the exception of Charlie, who I thought cursed just 3 or 4 times, but was surprised to find out she cursed 49 times. I know, since I'm counting the swears, I'm biased to noticing them, but I did watch it without counting first. Maybe it's because she has a more natural way of swearing, or because her word-to-swear ratio is so high.
Oh, fuck! Ugh.
I don't know exactly. The reason this is all a problem is that when everyone swears at similar rates, with similar types of swears, and with similar emphasis, there are fewer opportunities for the dialogue to tell us more about the characters. This is what I mean by lack of contrast. You might be surprised to hear that I like most of these characters, despite their writing. I like Charlie Morningstar. Her positive attitude is a good contrast with the other characters, and the fact she thinks everyone has the potential to be redeemed, the fact she says this to her enemies even, is compelling. I wish she wasn't an idiot who refuses to learn anything.
One of our guests, Sir Pentious, has been redeemed. Redemption is possible, which proves that the Hazbin Hotel actually works!
How will you prove these fantastical claims?
Now that Sir Pentious is redeemed, I'm sure they are going to help us. So
Oh, you're sure? Are you? You're so sure? Because I'm sure that Vox reported on how you had no evidence at all.
I'm good with Vaggie being her temper. I wish she wasn't also an idiot.
Before you found out about me, did you know angels could be harmed?
No.
Adam being a villain who exterminates sinners would be interesting if his motivation was deeper than doing the exterminations for entertainment. I like Alistair. I wish they kept his mysterious and above-it-all nature. I like Husk's friendship with Angel Dust, even though I don't like Angel Dust and I don't think I'll ever like him. I think that's just a personal opinion that can't be helped. He also is the most mistreated character in the whole show. 2 seasons and almost nothing goes well for him. It's almost comical. Even though I don't like him, I don't enjoy watching him get abused and violated over and over again. Especially when the show at one point treats that abuse like a joke.
When have I ever hit him? You're obsessed with me.
I think Serpentius is my favorite character simply because he seems like a genuinely good person with wacky tendencies, who is unfortunately surrounded by idiots. He also has a low swear count and talks, although probably not accurately, like someone from 19th century London. I wish the initiation of the conflict in Season 2 wasn't completely stupid, and that someone, anyone, simply thought of taking a picture, video, or hologram of Serpentius in heaven and presented it to Vox before the very last minute. Finally, I wish they used these characters to actually explore the premise of the show, the redemption of sinners in hell through the Hazbin Hotel. We've had, what, 4 scenes focused on that concept? The rest has been demons and Vox fight heaven. Hopefully later seasons can begin to scratch the surface of its initial premise, because the show hasn't even scratched it. It's looked at the surface and said, yep, maybe we can scratch that later. I've only seen clips of Hell of a Boss, but I imagine that show is even worse with its dialogue. Or maybe I'm wrong and I'll be pleasantly surprised. If this video does well, maybe I'll count the swears in that one too.